What's going on, guys? Today I want to do a quick review of the KLIM gaming laptop cooling fan. In this review, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this fan, including one thing you should know before buying. And before I begin, I do want to mention that this video is sponsored by KLIM, the brand. They actually reached out to me and said, would you like to test this product? I actually said yes. I needed one of these. I didn't just get it for no reason. I actually needed this, and this one was definitely a pleasant surprise. Okay, so starting off, let me talk about some features, and then I'll actually show you this thing in action so you can see what it does. When it comes, this is magnetic, that this attaches directly to here, which is nice. This is a nice non-slip pad. You can remove this inner part if you want. I choose to keep it on, don't really need to remove it. My laptop, the fan that I have fits right here, which is where you want it to fit. But yeah, overall, I can't turn this on at the moment because it's not plugged in, which brings me to a point. So it actually comes with an AC adapter to plug it in, which is actually really nice to have that option to have it, directly on there and have the highest possible power on it. And then also you can just use it by connecting it back here and connecting it through a USB port on your laptop. So if you're on the go, you can use it either way. Doesn't really matter. So in terms of the plugs that it has on it, so it has back here, you can see there are 3 USB ports, a USB-C port right here. That's what you use to plug it directly into your computer, or the DC port right here as well. And then obviously it has this, which you can raise or lower depending on how high you want the laptop. Now, personally, I keep it right around here. This is basically the lowest setting. So you can see when you open it. So you see how this is the metal bracket here, and you can basically adjust it to be as high as you want. There's actually a lot of breathing room if you choose to do this. I don't really have a need to do this with my laptop. I usually will just put it to the lowest setting right around here, and it'll basically do what it needs to do with this small amount of space. That all said, let's get this set up. So all you have to do to set it up, like I said, you can use the AC adapter, which I'll use in a second, or you can use the USB-C. I tend to use the USB-C more just because it's easy once I get it set up, if I'm walking around with a laptop and need to. And then you just basically take this and plug it into your USB. So let me get that set up. Okay, so it is all set up right now. I've got it plugged into here. You can see it's running at 2,000 RPMs at the moment. You can basically turn this on and off. You can tell by this light here if it goes on or off for the display. So we'll turn it off real quick, right? The light will stay on. We can turn this on. We're at 2,000. We can turn it all the way up. I think it's, 3,300. I'll let you hear this. That's the loudest it gets. Plugged into the USB, which is actually pretty quiet, very reasonable sound. I've heard some that really sound like a jet engine, so this is actually a very good sound. I think it's, not too loud. You can also adjust the colors and everything that show up around the sides of your computer, to kind of customize it the way that you want. You can customize the patterns, the colors, everything that you would want to do. They allow you to do that. Frankly, I don't really care about that much. I usually just keep it as like a white, like this. Like that, and then sometimes there will be some other things that are going on. So I usually don't really care much about that. But yeah, from a sound standpoint, very, very reasonable. So now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna unplug this. I'm actually gonna plug in the full AC adapter so you can hear it as loud as it possibly gets. All right, so now we have it at the max of 4,000. Now again, it got to, it was about 3,300 without the AC adapter. Now that the AC adapter is plugged in, it gets as loud as that. So this is definitely a little bit louder. I'm not gonna lie about that. I mean, it is definitely a little bit louder, but compared to the other one that I found, that one was like a jet engine. This does a great job of actually keeping the computer cool. That's a huge deal with my laptop. Overheats all the time, turns off because of it. This makes it so I can basically play any game on it. I don't have any issues with it. So yeah, I really, really like the way that this one works. So yeah, it does a really good job. I just want to show you how important this foam right here, this is really important because listen to this. So that's how loud it is if you don't have the laptop on there. Once you have it on there, it's very quiet. It gets a lot louder without it, right? Not crazy loud, but definitely louder. Now, in terms of the one thing that you should know before buying it, and this is really the only thing that I dislike. So this metal piece, right, it does the job. Gets the job done. But the thing that's annoying about it is that if you just pull it a little bit, so you see how it pops right out of the hole right here? See what it did? So it disconnects relatively easy, which is kind of annoying when you're trying to set it up. This happened to me a few times. So I would say I may try to bend this a little bit inward so that I can put it in. It goes right into the hole. You can't really see the hole, but it's right there. So it goes right into the hole, but it easily falls out. So just kind of one annoying thing. I mean, if you're not touching a laptop all the time, it's really not a big deal. But if you're moving it around at all, you know, just make sure, like I said, I'm going to try to bend it a little bit so that it really fits in there and kind of sticks in there. But other than that, this thing is pretty amazing. I think it does a really good job. It really keeps the laptop cool, and it's not too loud. So if you are considering it and not really sure, I don't think that you'd have any problem getting this thing. I think you'll really like it. Outside of this one little bar issue, it's a really, really good product. So definitely do recommend if you're considering it, and hope you enjoy.